Four strangers step into an elevator. The doors close. Someone's armpits have an opinion. You hold your breath and stare at the ceiling. Every human on Earth has done this exact thing. But here is the part nobody says out loud. The smell itself is not the same everywhere. A crowded bus in Seoul hits your nose differently than one in Delhi. Same sweat glands, same species, different odor. So what is actually going on? The answer starts with something you probably blame: the sweat itself. Start with a myth. Sweat stinks. It doesn't. You have two kinds of sweat glands. Eccrine glands cover almost your whole body and pump out salt water to cool you down, basically odorless. The other kind, apocrine glands, cluster in your armpits and groin and release a thick fluid full of fats and proteins. On its own, that barely smells either. The stink starts when bacteria on your skin eat those fats and proteins and break them into smaller molecules, sharp fatty acids and sulfur compounds called thioalcohols. Those are what reach your nose. So body odor isn't sweat, it's what your skin bacteria had for lunch. And you help set the menu. What you eat changes the chemistry your skin hands those bacteria. Garlic and onions push sulfur compounds out through your sweat for hours. Spices do the same. In a 2006 study, women rated the body odor of men on a vegetarian diet as milder and more pleasant than men eating red meat. Same people, different fuel. So regional cuisines leave regional fingerprints. Not because one diet is cleaner, but because different food writes different chemistry onto your skin. Now turn up the heat. Warmth and humidity make you sweat more, and they make bacteria multiply faster. At skin temperature, some odor-producing bacteria double every half hour. So an armpit grows a bigger colony in Bangkok than in Helsinki, doing more of that smell chemistry. Two people with identical diets can still smell different day to day, just from the weather around them. Here's the part most people miss. Your armpit isn't just skin, it's a living community of bacteria, a tiny neighborhood. And which species run it decides how you smell. Corynebacterium makes the sharp, pungent notes. Staphylococcus makes the oniony, sulfur ones. Everyone's mix is different. And it is not fixed. In 2016, a researcher in Belgium, Chris Callewaert, took bacteria from someone with mild body odor and transplanted it onto someone with strong odor. Within days, the strong smell faded, and the change held for months. He changed how a person smelled by changing the bugs on their skin. Your odor isn't locked in by your genes or your ancestry. It's an ecosystem. Change the ecosystem, change the smell. Now the uncomfortable part. People have used smell as a weapon for a long time. Roman writers called foreigners foul. Colonizers described the people they ruled as smelling bad, no matter how those people actually lived. It was never about hygiene. It was a way to mark someone as less human. Man, your own nose isn't innocent either. What disgusts you is mostly what you didn't grow up around. Aged cheese smells like feet to plenty of people. Fermented fish, durian, natto, beloved by the people raised on them, revolting to everyone else. The 2014 study found that whether a smell reads as pleasant depends more on your culture than on the molecule itself. You don't smell the world as it is. You smell it the way you learned to. So pull it together. The body odor difference you notice between two regions is real and completely explainable. Diet sets the chemistry. Climate turns the volume up or down. Bacteria do the actual work. Culture decides whether any of it counts as a problem. And here's the fact that should end the argument. The difference between two people in the same city is bigger than the average difference between cities. Walk through Lagos, Tokyo, or Chicago, and you'll find the full range in every one. A region smells like X is a cartoon. So when someone smells different from you, you're not catching a flaw. You're catching a different answer to the same question every human body is working out with its environment. The only thing that actually stinks is assuming your answer is the right one.